What is the worth of ADA? The answer to this frequently asked question is complicated. Even if you ask the top experts, you will likely get a bunch of different responses. There is no doubt about Cardano's promising prospects, but only time will tell whether it can deliver on its promises. But investors won't stop asking this question. They badly want to know how to determine a fair price for ADA right now. In Cardano's early days, the founder Charles Hoskinson attested to the fact that Cardano did not do any form of marketing. It started trading on Bittrex and was the first time the rest of the world would see it. So many people and companies were spellbound by the vision, the idea of a third-generation cryptocurrency, the research team, and the enormous team they put together. They saw the code, they saw all the progress, and they said, "Holy moly, we missed this," Hoskinson said. Cardano was the first of its kind, and Hoskinson referred to Bitcoin and Ethereum as the first and second generation cryptocurrencies. Being the first, their development teams couldn't be braced for all the potential problems in advance. Every component was built from scratch, and since all of it has been peer-reviewed by experts and scientists, it was more reliable and secure than the code of most other cryptocurrencies. Charles Hoskinson does not look like someone who makes claims out of thin air, and is careful about everything implemented by Cardano. You pay a higher upfront fee to do things properly. Once you have done that, what happens is you get acceleration. You don't have to backtrack because you've done it right the first time, he said. Hoskinson does not really care much about daily market price fluctuations. He is always wary of people who seem to only care about ADA's current market price. This has been his principle since the cryptocurrency's early days. If you see me trying to boost the price of ADA, then I have been compromised and sold all your ADA. Cardano will be valuable based on hard work, real-world juice, and the utility of the platform. I am not here to make day traders rich. I am here to change the world. He tweeted on February 1st, 2018. But hold on, this is not Cardano's weakness. It's actually its biggest flex. According to Hoskinson, Cardano is doing things that we've always wanted to happen in cryptocurrencies, which is building a financial operating system for people who don't have one that can compete with the global financial system. In a YouTube livestream, Charles Hoskinson discussed the price and value of Cardano. He noted that the price predictions of the tokens are the least thrilling and most destructive thing to happen to the project. The Cardano founder is not bothered about ADA's price trends, and it is not his job to spike the prices. ADA could be worth $20 in the future, but it doesn't matter to him. All that is important is his life's work and the efforts he's put into it. In the crypto industry, it is generally perceived that a token's price decides the potential of a project. But this is not how Cardano's Hoskinson thinks. He is an engineer at a tech company and not a price surge magician. Cardano is focused on developing the blockchain world and solving the problems of DeFi. For the people that are interested in Cardano ADA, they have invested in something that will contribute to the world's financial operating system, and they have automatically become part of the governance. Moving forward, Cardano ADA has been struggling in terms of price since it hit its all-time highs in September of 2021. Since then, it has been on a downward trend. The recent strides and important announcements have not influenced the price, thus leading to panic among investors. This same thing happened 11 months ago, and Hoskinson took to YouTube to address the issue. He reiterated the fact that the money was not the sole purpose of Cardano, but the benefit of the blockchain to humanity was the goal. In this video, he asked the community to maintain calmness when it comes to the price of digital assets. Sell-offs were rampant, but it was considered normal for any asset. Investors will always get to a point where they sell off some of their holdings to make gains. The Cardano founder told people who were in a panic as a result of the sell-off to chill out. Addressing the Cardano newcomers, he explained that people like them are obsessed with price, and they seem to be in utter lack of perspective. The older investors in the project have gotten into Cardano for the impact they know that the blockchain could have. Instead of looking at price, the founder has prompted the community to look towards the future and what Cardano would mean for the world someday. If you look at a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 20-year-old package, we really feel that there is a strong possibility that Cardano could be the back end of so many nation states, Hoskinson said. There is no accurate way to predict what Cardano will be worth once it reaches its full potential, but according to Hoskinson, it is set to be the biggest preserver of human rights the world has ever seen. Also, for many observers, the collapse of Luna and UST in May was a black eye for cryptocurrency. But for Charles Hoskinson, it was validation of his slow-paced approach to developing a blockchain. In an interview with CoinDesk, the Cardano founder said that if there is a quick movement as seen with Luna and the $10.5 billion of hacks as seen in the previous year, it could work out, but when it doesn't, a catastrophic failure is inevitable. In contrast, he said that the company, IOG, are proceeding deliberately in building the Cardano network, playing the long-term game. Cardano does not aim to do things quickly, but more so accurately. The investors who are going to survive with Cardano ADA are those who have been tested with stress and exhibit resiliency. Charles Hoskinson has worked in the industry for nearly a decade, and despite his penchant for controversy, the project is among the most closely observed in crypto. The Cardano founder readily acknowledged that Cardano's development process is a bit slower than other projects, and that's just a fact. Cardano rolled out smart contracts just last year, 4 years after the network went live, thereby trailing behind Ethereum and other blockchains. While the unraveling of UST and its companion token Luna vibrated the crypto markets, it underscored the hazards of a space where financial incentives and market setups are configured in a way to endorse speed over quality. In the long term, the slower approach will win, and the short-term oriented projects will keep collapsing till the market eventually wises up. Cardano, however, did not make it to the first wave of DeFi, which created superstars like Uniswap. Even so, despite identifying DeFi's current state as a bubble, the Cardano founder remains bullish on DeFi in the long term. Cardano has had his eyes on the so-called second wave of DeFi all along. However, it is clear from the get-go that the fundamental problems hindering Cardano's emergence as a powerhouse has more to do with the human processes than with the blockchain industry. No matter how much goodwill exists within the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, for Charles Hoskinson and his team, there will still be an avalanche of difficulties. The development is slow, and if this lingers, we may see everyone drift apart from the Cardano blockchain, and then the narrative will automatically become how the crypto space lost what could have been one of the fastest and most dynamic blockchains. There might be further relegation of Cardano into the background. Whether the price will skyrocket to $20 in the near future won't be people's cup of tea again, because they want a system they can trust and vouch for. Of course, it is not Hoskinson's job to drive the price up. His focus is all on technology and development. However, if the development is being subject to a tiring and slow pace, what is it for investors and users? While some Cardano analysts have pointed out that the massive opportunities and tech upgrades imminent for the ecosystem, people earnestly desire the show it to me approach. There are bullish indications for Cardano. It has recently passed an important milestone, which is 50 million transactions, and it has boosted the number of transactions on this blockchain to nearly 50,000 per day. And of course, the Vassal hard fork has been launched on the mainnet recently. Cardano is always lauded for its security, stability, and environmental friendliness, but there are still loopholes in the pace of its progress. For now, Cardano's interest is not entirely targeted on how fast, but more so on how well. But how soon do you think Cardano will reach its potential height? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next video, but before then, check out our other videos to find out how Cardano is living up to the dream of being the Ethereum killer. And as always, make sure you click on the subscribe and notification buttons.